guys, you are going to need this Scholastic newspaper for our lesson today on Fun Friday, May 1st, the volcano that stopped summer. We're going to start with a video.
Wild weather. Most of the time, weather is pretty ordinary, sunny or cloudy, breezy or calm. But every so often, weather can get wild. Shut the windows, go in the basement, a tornado is coming. It is one of the most dangerous kinds of weather. Thunderclouds meet strong winds and form into a huge, swirling, funnel-shaped cloud. When tornadoes touch the ground, their winds can lift heavy objects up into the sky. An umbrella won't help much in this storm. It's a hurricane. A hurricane is a big rainstorm with strong winds. Hurricane winds blow at least 74 miles per hour. That's faster than a car on a highway. Hurricanes can cause big problems, like floods. Water fills the streets. People may need boats to get around. Houses and cars can be damaged. Wild weather doesn't have to mean wet weather. When there is a drought, there isn't any rain for a long time. Crops dry up, rivers and streams get low. It can be hard for animals to find a drink. There can also be dangerous heat waves. That's when the temperature is unusually hot for a long period of time. In a heat wave, it's important to stay in the shade or stay inside and drink lots of water. In winter, one kind of extreme weather is a blizzard. A blizzard is a really big snowstorm. Many feet of snow fall very quickly. Powerful winds shake trees and knock down power lines, and whiteout conditions make it impossible to see just a few feet in front of you. Lucky for us, weather is pretty ordinary most of the time. Weather forecasts let people know what the weather will be like in the days or even weeks ahead. That way, they can be prepared if wild weather is on the way.
Good job, guys. All right, let's get our newspaper ready. So we can start. Did you enjoy the video all about extreme weather? We can identify with the hurricanes, right? We've seen lots of floods around here. Today is the volcano that stopped summer. 200 years ago, a volcano called Mount Tambora erupted. All over the world, the weather became cold and stormy. In North America, people called it the year without a summer. So we have a year of Billy Miller in reading, and now a year without a summer in our Scholastic News. All right, let's see what happened. Let's open up to page 2. The year with no summer. It was 1815, so over 200 years ago. And one volcano changed the weather around the world. As you read, think about the different ways the volcano changed the weather. So make sure you're reading with me as I read it aloud. Imagine that it's the first day of summer. For months, you've been looking forward to playing in the warm sunshine. You can't wait to go for a swim. But you can't do that this year. It's snowing outside? It sounds strange, but that's what happened to kids across the United States in 1816. Instead of a sunny summer, they got a cold and gloomy season. How did this happen? A volcano erupts. The story started in 1815 in a country of Indonesia. A volcano called Mount Tambora erupted. It exploded. Red hot lava poured down its sides. Wow, look at that cloud of dust and ash that went out throughout the sky. A huge cloud of ash, gases, and dust shot into the air. The cloud was so big and thick it blocked the sun. It kept light and heat from reaching the earth. A thick cloud spreads. For months, wind spread the cloud across the planet. As it spread, it changed the weather around the world. This enormous cloud made the world's weather colder and stormier. The temperature dropped by about 5 degrees around the world. A colder world. In China, the cold temperatures killed trees, rice plants, and water buffalo. In the United States, the crops that farmers were growing froze in their fields. There wasn't much food for people to buy, so the food that was left became really expensive. A lot of people didn't get enough to eat. Many people in the northeastern United States decided to leave their frozen homes behind and move west. By 1860, the weather in the United States still hadn't warmed up. It snowed that June. On the 4th of July, it was so cold that people had to stay inside and sit by their fireplaces. Can you imagine so cold on the 4th of July? That's why people called 1816 the year without a summer. A surprise invention. One good thing did come out of that cold year. Some people say the bicycle was invented because of the weather. There's a picture of it at the top, the first bicycle. Why? Back then, most people rode horses, but horses had to eat. And what was going on with the food supply? That's right, it had stopped because they couldn't grow any crops. It was too cold. And their food had become really expensive. People needed a way to get around that wouldn't cost so much. So a man invented the bicycle. It was a new, faster way to travel. Plus, he didn't need to feed it. Finally, the dark cloud of ash and dust started to blow away and the sun came out again. The weather went back to normal. The year without a summer was finally over. By Blair Rainsford. Wow, that is so interesting and kind of similar to what we're going through now, right? We're seeing that we may have a shortage of meat because the people at the meat packing plants are getting sick, so they're not being able to process a lot of our meats. We're always looking for toilet paper, and there's a lot of people without jobs and people are going hungry. So we can kind of identify with this report, right? Let's look at page 4. A world-changing eruption. Here's a map of the world, and it's highlighting different countries. The northeastern United States, Indiana, that's a state in the United States, Europe, China, and Indonesia. There's where the volcano was. Can you find it on the map? Good. You're going to use this map and information to answer your 4 questions today. And you also, instead of the reading checkpoint, I thought I'd shake things up a bit, and you are going to be a reporter. Imagine you were a reporter back in the summer of 1816. Complete the article by using the information. Now, you're not making up stuff. You have to provide text evidence from this article to fill in your newspaper article and then draw a picture of the invention that was invented that summer. Okay, so be a good reporter. Make sure you have factual information from your newspaper. Have fun with it, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you Monday.